Good morning to one person here. I am Sadish Kumar, Assistant Professor, K.S. Rangasamy College of Technology. Today we will discuss the topic of FM demodulation and their techniques. First of all, we see what is a FM demodulation. So frequency demodulators means they produce output voltage whose instantaneous amplitude is directly proportional to instantaneous frequency of input wave. So changes in the input modulating signal will result in changes in output carrier frequency. So that is changes in directly proportional. Input modulating signal changes with respect to the output frequencies. The types of frequency demodulators are balanced loop detector, forcelessly discriminator, phase lock loop demodulator, ratio detector. So basic idea of FM demodulator is input is frequency, output is voltage. Changes in frequency results in output changes in voltage. So it is basically a frequency to voltage converter. So output voltage we can represent as K suffix D into del of F. K suffix D is a demodulated transfer function and V out is a demodulated output signal voltage, and del F is the difference between input frequency and the center frequency of demodulator. First we see the balanced loop detector. So balanced loop detector, the process is we are giving input signal, FM signal, we are converting FM signal into the modulating signal. So we are using center tap transformer. So upper transformer is T1 and lower is T2. We are tuning upper transformer as FC plus del F and lower transformer as FC minus del F. So two diodes we are interconnected to the upper and lower transformer, center tap transformer, and then two resistors and capacitors we are interconnected for rectifying process. So according to this balanced loop detector, the changes in input will changes in the output. There are three conditions. First condition is the input frequency equal to center frequency. In this case, if the input frequency is equal to center frequency, so D1 and D2, the voltage across D1 and D2 are equal, so output voltage is 0. So because both the diode has equal voltage passes, so output is difference between the two, which is 0. And whenever if the input frequency, that is input D1 is higher than D2, we will get the output voltage with respect to the D1, which is positive voltage. And if the input is less than the FC minus del F, then the diode D2 produces the output which is higher than the D1, so output is negative. So this is the slope. This is a S-type output waveform. So whenever so FC is higher means that is positive produces the output voltage, FC is lower produces the negative voltage. Next is the balanced loop detector. So balanced loop detector, now consider the instantaneous frequency to be equal to FC plus del F, since T is the tune to this frequency. The output of D1 will be quite large. On the other hand, the output of D2 will be very small, since the frequency FC plus del F is quite a long way from FC minus del F. Similarly, when the input frequency is instantaneously equal to FC minus del F, the output D2 will be large, negative. If the input is frequency is equal to FC minus del F, the output D2 is large, so the output is negative. So thus in the first case, the overall output will be positive and maximum. In the second case, it will be negative and maximum. So advantages, this circuit is more efficient than simple slope detector. It has a better linearity than the simple slope detector. Limitation, even though linearity is good, it is not good enough. The circuit is difficult to tune, such that since the three tuned circuits are to be tuned at different frequencies, the amplitude limiting is not provided. Then phase discriminator, this is similar to the slope detector. Here also we are using two diodes with a center trap transformer. This is the output waveforms where three cases: if the input frequency is equal to the oscillation frequencies, and second is the input frequency greater than oscillator frequency, the diode D1 output voltage will be higher. If the input frequency is less than oscillator frequency, D2 voltage will be higher. So the output is similar to that balance slope detector. So basic operation of the circuit can be explained by looking at these instances. When the instantaneous input equal to the carrier frequency, the two halves of transformer circuit produces the same rectifier voltage and the output is 0. If the frequency of input changes, the balance between the two halves of the transformer secondary changes, and the result is a voltage proportional to frequency deviation of the carrier. So next is the force-slip discriminator. An unmodulated carrier is applied at the center frequency. Both diode conducts to produce equal and opposite voltages across their respective load resistors. These voltage cancels each one another out at the output so that no voltage is present. As the carrier moves off to one side of the center frequency, the balance condition is destroyed. One diode conducts more than other. The result of voltage across the resistor being larger than other, and a resulting voltage of output corresponding to the modulating on the incoming signal. So advantages of force-slip discriminator is procedure is simpler than balance slope detector because it contains only two tuned circuits and both are tuned to same frequency. So it has better linearity because the operation of the circuit is depend more than primary to secondary phase relationship, which is very much linear. Limitation: it does not provide amplitude limiting. So in the presence of noise or any other suppress amplitude variations, the demodulated output responds to them or produces errors. Next is the ratio detector. In ratio detector, similar to the force-slip discriminator, the direction of diode is reversed. A large capacitance is included in the circuit. The output is taken different locations. So advantages: easy to align, good linearity due to linear phase relationship between primary and secondary. Amplitude limiting is provided inherently, hence additional limiter is not required. This is the circuit for ratio detector. So even though the output waveform is similar to the phase discriminator as well as balance slope detector, so if the input frequency is less than oscillator frequency, then we will get the negative output voltage. If the input frequency is greater than the oscillator frequency, we will get the positive output voltage. If both are equal, we will get the zero. Output is 0. So operation of ratio detector centers around a frequency sensitive phase network with a transformer and the diode that are effectively in series with one another. When a steady carrier is applied to the circuit, the diode act to produce steady voltage across the resistor R1 and R2, and the capacitor C3 charges up as a result. The transformer enables a circuit to detect changes in the frequency of incoming signals. It has three windings: primary, secondary, and normal way to produce signal at the output. Third winding is untuned and the coupling between the primary and the third winding is very tight, and this means that the phase between the signals in these two winding. Phase lock loop: this is another method of FM demodulation which is fed with the FM signal directly to produce output signal proportional to message signal. So PLL has low cost, superior performance at low SNR. We take the output compare with the case of carrier acquisition. So PLL is a device whose output period signal synchronized in phase with the input reference. So output is synchronized with the input reference, where the input is given to the phase detector, and low pass filter cut off the high frequency signals and pass only the low frequency signals, and voltage control oscillator, we are connecting feedback to the input. So VCO oscillator that produce periodic waveform with the frequency that may be varied around free running frequency. So phase detector output is function of phase difference between incoming V0 and Vin. PLL has two modes, narrow band and wide band. So narrow band tracks average frequency, wideband tracks instantaneous frequency. So lock range means when the PLL track the frequency of V input. So hold in range is when PLL is in lock. So pull in range when PLL is not in lock. So maximum lock sweep range when the PLL is in lock, maximum rate of change of frequency. So a PLL can be made in analog or digital. This is the waveform of the PLL. That is a comparison of all the three balanced lobe detector, force discriminator and ratio detector with respect to alignment, output characteristics, linearity in output, amplitude limiting and amplifications. So in these three we can compare this linearity of output is very good in force discriminator and not critical in alignment, and the amplification for both the three we can see that is not used in practice, like a balanced lobe detector is we are not using in practice. We are using for force discriminator for FM radio, satellite station receiver, and radio detector we are using TV receiver, sound section, narrowband FM receivers. Applications: radio broadcasting, two-way mobile radio, microwave communication, TV sound transmission, cellular radio communication, satellite communication. So thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you.